So Johnny's going over to a friend of his house from school to hang out this afternoon. Lucky kid. Got the day off and get to go hang out with a friend. That's cool. It's a nice day. It's partly sunny and the temperatures today are reasonable. Yeah, Johnny's friend is in downtown Raleigh, and I'm thrilled for him that he has some place to go. This is a really nice kid. But I wasn't planning on driving to Raleigh today. And where am I driving? I'm driving to Raleigh. But you know what? Blue is all clean. And like I said, it's a sunny day and the leaves are looking pretty. Don and I might go to Yates Mill on the way to pick Johnny up and enjoy the afternoon a little bit before that cold, wet air comes in. But yeah, so I'll basically be doing the school run on a non-school day. Well, we won't be taking off fast at this light today. Already seen one black Mustang pulled over for a ticket on Main Street coming through town. So it's 63 out there. Like I said, it's kind of gorgeous today. I think we got to opportunize this while we can because it's supposed to be horrible on Wednesday. I'm not even sure if it's going to get above 40. It's just going to be miserable Wednesday. I just had a street cleaner of all things pull out in front of me and cross 3 lanes back there at the 1010 401 light, and there was no one behind me. It wasn't like he didn't have a window of opportunity and he like kind of had to take his opening. He just did it. Wouldn't look at me, just acted all proud of himself in his little street cleaner. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, it wasn't a safe maneuver. I came upon him waiting to turn out. It's not like he had any knowledge of me or, I don't know. It's just, why do people do stuff like that? It was not safe. This is where I miss having the dash cam and being able to hit my 30-second button. I would say we're at peak color here today. It's gorgeous. I'm really enjoying being out driving around. Everywhere we turn, there's just a tree that's all lit up and just looks pretty out there today. As it turns out, we are right over here where the sunflowers used to be at the Neuse River Trail. Johnny and I have been out on this trail with Don, who was on his unicycle. I was on my longboard and Johnny was on a bicycle. It's really pretty over here. So I plan to do Yates Mill with Don, and I think that's still what I want to do. But if he really wanted to come over here and do the unicycle, we could do that too. It's just a little more sun and out in the open over here. Well, at least if you get this far. That's the trail over there to our left where the white fence is. You know, there is part of the trail is in the woods. It is very pretty. So as long as we get out and get some pretty fall, fresh air on this nice day, I'm good. I am back in Fuquay now. I'm gonna make a promise only a 30-minute trip into Guardian Angel. That should get me home at just the right time to ask Don, get us back on our way to Yates Mill to walk around. It's too pretty a day to spend inside, but it's a little too early to turn around right away for Yates Mill also. There has been a lot of turnover and there's a lot of cool new stuff to look at. If you were having a party and needed pretty glasses, I think these are from Arby's from the 80s. I have a bunch of them up in my attic, but that's a good deal. I have not seen any left-in pieces yet today, but there's so much nice stuff to choose from. Wow, this beautiful piece of real wood furniture. It's real. 80 bucks. That's great for sweaters or lingerie. Today's words of wisdom: better not pout. I found a Sakura snowman trivet that matches a set I have, and also these gorgeous Oneida look like Sakura mugs. I guess over here at the new town hall we're having a Veterans Day celebration. I did not hear about it till now. Post 116, Fuquay Arena, North Carolina. I think it's the American Legion hosting this. Well, that's great. Don is setting up easy entry. Yeah. And it doesn't go any closer? You can't make it go in more? I'm gonna try. Thought you could. So seat's back and steering wheel is back, just to see if that makes getting in and out of the S a smidge more comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing cones, a good place to test cones, and yeah, too bad when we get Ruby back, she's not going to have that capability because she's not hardware 3, and certainly this S does not have it. Little disappointed to hear that, you know, any new feature comes out, we won't get it right away. We should get it when Ruby gets updated for full self-driving, when they start putting hardware 3 in the FSD cars, but we won't have it right away. Wow. Great minds think alike, and there are a ton of people here today. That person on the left is obviously a photographer. She was getting out her props.
Right. Well, this is going to be the last really nice warm day. It's 69 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't beat today.
Yeah.
We're thankful to have the opportunity to come to the park.
Yeah.
Crowded or not, we'll make do. It is gorgeous here on the boardwalk. This is basically, if you walk away from the mill, start the loop on the other side of the mill, this is always your first view. These close trees have already lost all their leaves though. It's gorgeous. It's warm. I just have on a lightweight sweater. The sun feels good. It's pretty. Unfortunately, the bank here is pretty much in the shade this afternoon, but we are getting some really nice views across the water of the mill and all the people walking around the mill, and we'll be there in a few minutes. So you guys know that Don watches Jack Ricard's videos, and I know some of you like the abbreviated 5-minute Don summary of the current video. So what did you said there were 3 main things Jack talked about today. What were they?
Yeah, well, Jack talked about 3 things over 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Right.
So my kind of Jack video. His first 45 minutes was about Tesla's earnings and the short sellers and Jack's advice to Elon, what he would give Elon advice on. Of course, Elon doesn't listen to Jack, but you know, Jack still gives his advice. So the first, he was obviously very positive towards Tesla earnings. However, he did point out that something that I had also heard from another podcast person, that the $143 million profit, which is $1.87 a share, Tesla made in the third quarter. If you subtract the 130 million zero energy credits and the, I think it was 30-something million full self-driving realization because they shipped advanced summons, if you subtract those 2 numbers, if they didn't have those report of, Tesla probably would have shown a loss. So Elon in the earnings said, oh, the zero emission credits are just, you know, they're not important. Well, they were very important to actually making a profit. It is true that it's not important to the future of Tesla. In other words, these credits is not what Tesla's not building their business model on.
Credits.
Credits. They know that they're going to go away, that's not the future, but in actuality, this quarter they were important. So that was one of the points that he did point out. And then the other thing is he's still very skeptical about the full self-driving, and you know, Elon spent quite a bit of time on there, this feature complete 12 months from now, and Jack just is not, he's skeptical that that's really going to pay off anytime soon. Jack reaffirmed he's expecting Tesla to be stock value to be skyrocketing, and he did. I don't think he actually threw out the number.
No updated number today.
No updated number, but he did. I think he did say the sentence. He's not changed his thinking on the outlook on Tesla and the future outlook. So I think his current projection is $2,500 a share, something like that. Anyway, so but his advice to Elon was, you know, focus on the car. He talked a little bit about the serviceability. He thinks Elon should, he's got this 20 teraflop computer, and the computer he should use some of those 20 teraflops to diagnose the car. That you know, he could, with a little bit more, a few more sensors in the car and a few other things and a little time spent on software, that the Tesla really could do the things that Elon claims he wants it to do, is basically, you know, order the part, have it waiting for you. It could literally self-diagnose and maybe even self-fix the car. And I thought that was interesting. Of course, he brought up his right to repair, which I totally agree with. He even said that this right to repair is probably going to impact Tesla insurance. He says insurance companies make a lot of money on totaled cars on the secondary market, reselling them to people who strip them down for parts, resell them, fix them up. But in the case of the Model 3, that's not possible. He never said this sentence, but he implied that nobody's hacked or cracked the Model 3 drivetrain and battery management system yet, like they have on the Model S. So Jack said that he did give an update on that, said that they've made major progress recently on the battery management system for the Model 3, because think about it, there's already more Model 3s on the road than there are S's and X's. So those Model 3s are going to be showing up in the junkyard, and right now the batteries and the motors and all that stuff is worthless to anybody, so they don't make much money. So Jack's thought is for them, the insurance, Tesla insurance, to come down, or at least not be a burden financially to Tesla itself by costing them more money. Because the whole point is they want, by having Tesla insurance, he's going to force other insurance companies to lower their rates. Well, the only way that's going to work is Tesla's insurance is profitable. And one of the sources of helping the finance of the insurance is being able to sell, or the totaled cars have some type of salvage value. And right now, they don't, even to Tesla. So that's got to change. So Jack's thinking is this could spur Elon on to maybe opening up that stuff, because those batteries are very valuable. And third thing is about the truck. Jack, like I, thinks the inverter is going to be very powerful. Jack believes it will be able to power your house. You'll be able to
the first Tesla to actually be designed to do that.
Yes.
To be used with the Powerwall.
And I totally agree with that, but I don't believe that that's going to be announced day one. I believe the reason they won't do that day one is A, there's no need, they can keep that ace in the hole. The truck themselves will have the capability of powering the house. They just won't talk about it. They'll talk about it whenever the competition gets a little closer. I mean, when the competition actually puts an inverter in there anywhere close to being able to
Elon likes to spring these things whenever the competition thinks they're gonna
you're gonna
go
faster.
pull one out on Tesla, and Elon's like, yeah, now we're ready for that.
What do you say?
We're
what do you say that about 300 feet, 350 kilowatt? What is that, a child's toy?
Yeah, but I think Elon just likes to have it waiting in the wings there.
So Jack also believes that because of Elon's excitement, you know, Elon has said that the truck's is the thing he's most excited about, thinks it's the best thing Tesla's ever done. Jack, he thinks the thing is going to be high demand. 500,000 pre-orders in the first month. So in that, you know, with the model,
so are we going to pre-order even though we probably wouldn't buy one?
Well, I guess I'm going to say if it's $100
or $1,000.
Well, if it's still $100 and even you don't get the $100 back, I'm absolutely going to order one. But I have to tell you, my outlook in getting the truck isn't super high.
Which it was with the 3 and then the Y.
Yeah. I mean, I've always sort of wanted the Y. We got the 3. I wanted the 3, but I really wanted the Y. And the truck, I could see it. I mean, I could see me trading in, especially if it's a couple, 3 years before the truck
comes to fruition.
I could see me trading in the Y and getting the truck. So I don't want to lose a $2,500 non-refundable deposit, which is not what it is right now. It's a $100 refundable. You lose it. It's a processing fee to get in line. I'll pay you $100 to get me in line, because I may or may not want it in a couple years.
Right.
But if they say, oh, no, it's a $2,500, you lose it or not, I'm going to think about that a little bit more. $1,000 would probably be the upper end, that I'm willing to put $1,000
to lose it, just to help Tesla out.
It.
Yeah.
Well, not help them out. I think it's worth $1,000 to get in line. Okay, but it ain't worth $2,500 to get in line.
Sure.
Okay, so I would say, but anyway, Jack said that the truck's just going to be bonkers. Absolutely.
I hope
bonkers.
he's right. Hope he's right.
And the other 2/3, breaking into 1/3 each, he talked about engineering updates to his Powerwall RV, which is a 15 kilowatt hour battery made up of Tesla batteries, 4 of them, I believe, with a 6 kilowatt inverter built into one box that you can basically install as a unit in your boat, RV, or even your house if you wanted to, and use it to power your RV and or your boat or whatever you'd like. Engineering update to help it be a little bit easier to adapt to an RV and or boat. And then the third part was very interesting, was that he actually installed it in a gentleman's RV. And the interesting thing is, apparently in the RV world, it's getting very popular now to park your RV and charge them at charge points and other level 2 charging stations, instead of going to the KOA and plugging into a...
Because of how much KOA costs.
So you can go pull into a charge point on your, or at least this gentleman says he can pull into a charge point with his RV. He doesn't have one of those humongous ones. This is a...
And you said his looked like spiffy. His looked
very nice.
Very nice. You wouldn't... It's not an eyesore RV.
Eyesore. And it can certainly easily park in a RV parking slot. It doesn't need a trailer size parking space. It's 21 feet long. Anyway, that was an interesting thing that I hadn't thought about, charging your mobile battery using a J17. So Jack worked with him on this J1772 adapter thing. And then the last piece is the guy also, both these, the J1772 was the RV owner's idea, and this 120 to 24 volt charger that he got from China for $200, that would double the charge rate from the J1772. Instead of just using half the charge rate from the J1772, it then uses now both the legs of the J1772 to charge the battery. So that was a pretty interesting idea. So that was, Jack's video, but he said that, that he's learned something from these RV guys.
Sounds like it was interesting. Don was sending me a couple texts that he was enjoying Jack's video, and I was happy for him. Always a pretty view back at the boardwalk where we started our walk on. Getting really close to the mill now. The only negative about Yates Mill is that Lake Wheeler Road, which is a main north-south artery in Wake County, is right over there on the other side of the mill. I mean, the road is literally there. And, someday we hope that it's going to be quiet. All electric cars. But for now, we have to live with the noise. It is beautiful how the light changes here throughout the day. I wanted to point out that not only can we hear the cars, but there was horrible exhaust fumes while we were over here at the mill too. I cannot wait someday for everyone to be driving electric and not to have to breathe that in. It was diesel and it was not good. But I'm going to enjoy the mill anyway. Not a lot of water coming over the wall right now. I've seen it much more intense. I guess Don and I should consider doing a top to bottom tour again, where this time I would film with the 360 camera, because you basically get to stand where you're looking underneath the mill, and there's all these gears and workings of the mill, and it would be really interesting in 360. Lots of family photography. We didn't have a lot of choice about parking today. We really didn't. There was no totally safe spots in this parking lot. Horde of professional photographers here. They have to have a permit and they have to be respectful of park visitors. I would say they did that today. But what, Don, 20 photographers here with people going around easy?
That's probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Safe guess. 20
Yeah.
would be safe.
Hey, this is not close. Yeah,
We have to work to hit the car.
Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna see if easy entry makes it easier for Don to get into the S. We don't have it enabled on Ruby.
Don't need it.
Right, so go ahead. We're good.
I would say it was much easier.
Much easier.
Yeah,
but
I would almost say that was
But you were concerned on this car with having to now reach for the door. So put my backpack next to you, and can you reach the door okay? Or is that now?
well, if I duck my head, I can.
Right, because on Ruby you just hit the brake and the door would close and it would be no big deal. And same thing, now how about opening it to get out?
Well, if I'm
Back, because the car backed up to let you go.
right, this is now in my normal Don position. So if I open the door now,
It may not do it again right away.
it may not do it. That's right.
Yeah, but Don was a little bit like both pushing the door out and pulling the door in on easy entry. In Ruby is a breeze, but in this car is not quite as good as Ruby.
Elon, you really need to put
Servo motors on the S. At least the S, but yeah, we'd pay for them on the Y.
Yeah, I pay you.
We're pretty sure that's where the ice cream is going to be. Still not quite ready yet, though.
Yeah, it says it on it. I can see Cow Dairy
Creamery.
Okay.
Yep. Well, we've picked up Johnny. The sun is setting fast. It's 5:25 p.m. Johnny says he had an awesome time with his friend and had pizza. That's good. Just like we had an awesome time at Yates Mill and walking around on the fall afternoon. I'm really glad Wednesday, when it's barely 40 and it's raining.
That trail is the trail.
Yep, that trail is the trail. That's where we've been before.
For the sunflowers.
Yep, for the sunflowers, before they moved them to Dorothea Dix. But Wednesday, when it's cold and nasty, I'm just gonna say, well, thank you that we had the Monday out in the pretty fall.